Hi guys, let's see if we're going to work okay this time. Let's just quickly tell everyone. We got a coffee, so this is part two. Yeah? We're back, Colleen, Teresa. So, you know what? I double checked it and it was working fine. I checked the playback, it was still showing that it was working. So, maybe this was an American thing. Are you getting me fine now? Please let me know. Are you getting me fine now? Deborah's on. The Bex is on. I have messaged everyone. So let's give you a chance to... Now, Nicola sent me something. So I'm going to play that quickly just to give people a chance to... Thank you to all. So Nicola sent me this. Now, remember our topic. Is Priscilla locked out of Graceland? Is she banned from Graceland? There was on Defending Elvis Presley, the Facebook page. Please join it, guys, if you want to be part of Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page and the 24/7 Messenger. Please join it. You're very welcome to become part of Team Elvis. So we are defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. That's what we are. Team Elvis, me, around the world. We're here to defend Elvis. So I'm going to play this clip so a few more of you join. Then we're going to start reading that clip, and we will play a few more clips as well. Just this is quite emotional. Yeah, Nicola sent it me. You know, Nicola is an Elvis defender that met Elvis in 1972 a few times. She's a great lady, very passionate. So let's just play it.
Who honored Lisa Marie today by speaking and performing. It would have meant so much to her. Thank you all who came from all over the world to come here to celebrate her life. The meaning of existence is to reconcile liberty with service, the passing with the lasting, to weave the threads of the temporary into the fabric of eternity. Graceland allows for just that, and Lisa's voice will only be amplified with time and never be silenced or diminished. She was and will always be her father's protector, and we will continue to be hers. As we arrange for people to visit with Lisa, I ask everyone, both in the media and all of the people who come here today, to respect the family's wishes to not be photographed or videoed. This is something that you can show your respect to Lisa by not doing. We will arrange in groups, obviously starting with the family and the friends. Please wait for your group to be shepherded to there. Thank you very much.
Quite an emotional moment there. Joel Weishankar, basically the owner of Elvis Presley Enterprises. Also, many people don't know this. Elvis Presley Enterprises lease 85%, yeah. Graceland's The Living Museum, the business. Now, we know that Riley and the twins are the owners. Riley's the head trustee. But many people don't know that Graceland's The Living Museum is leased, rented, yeah, to Elvis Presley Enterprises. Many people don't know that. Anyway, good morning to you. Got me coffee. Thanks to the guys that have bought me a coffee. It's your way of saying thank you to me. You just hit the buy me a coffee button on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. You get me a coffee. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you to the new members as well. We've had a few new members this week. Really means a lot to me. Always subscribe. Always hit the like button. It means everything to me. Shows me you like what I'm doing. It really does. It's a way of saying thank you to me. But anyway, so I want to jump straight in to what we're going to talk about, because part one is me more just talking with you guys. Obviously, the subject is Priscilla banned or locked out of Graceland? But I'm also was trying to put across just how much Riley has gone through, how much the twins have gone through because they've lost their mum. And when I say gone through, I don't just mean after the death of poor Lisa Marie, who we obviously defend and adore and miss. I also mean going further back. Yeah, there have been problems with Priscilla and Lisa Marie going back, way back. And Riley, as a small child, has had to witness these problems. So she's under a lot of pressure. And even this situation after Lisa Marie died, and they obviously argued about different things there. You know, this must have been a hell of a strain for Riley, and she's really fought her way through it on behalf of the twins, Finley and Harper as well. So I just wanted everyone to know I'm very much a supporter of Riley Q and the twins. So when I say things like we're not happy with the things that was agreed between Riley and Priscilla, I say it completely respectfully because I do understand that Riley has gone through hell. So have the twins. They must, every day must be very difficult for them. So please, I do show a lot of respect to Riley and Finley and Harper, who I also defend as well. We defend the Presley bloodline together as Team Elvis. So I wanted to throw that in there before I start reading the comment. Yes, it's sad. Every funeral is sad. I've lost both my parents. When my daughter was 1.5 and 2, it was very hard to. I lost my father, and I wasn't close to my father. My father was not the greatest person when he was in a bad mood. He had a very good side as well, but it's weird losing a parent, guys. It's weird. Yeah, I'm very sorry for your loss, Bondi. I send you love. All of us do. So Riley is a very strong woman. You can see Elvis in her and the twins. And then let's have a look. Yeah. Guys, a lot of us here over 40, 50, 60, 70, even 80. Some of us even in our 90s. We've had loss, haven't we? We've had a tough life. We have. We've struggled. We've gone down and up, down and up. But we stay strong. We fight through it. Many of us have medical problems. You know, we just try and stay positive. Yeah, try and focus on the future. So anyway, I'm gonna go to this topic because I was going to read about it on part 1. Just so you know, guys, there is a part 1 that we did this morning. This is part 2. I'm going to try and keep it to an hour. And then I'm going to go and spend some time with the kids. So I did put the links onto my thing, and I'm hoping it's there. Let's have a look. Right. So it's on the Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Here we go. And you know me, I pick my topics. Is it this one? Let's have a look. No, not that one. Let me just find it. Here we go. I pick my topics on the day. On the day. All right, that's funny. It's disappeared. Right, okay. 1 second. Here we go. Right, okay. So, well, look, actually, it's not coming out. I hope it hasn't been removed. Let's try and find it. It doesn't matter because I've took a picture of the 2 write-ups anyway, so we can comment on that. Let's just have a look. Let's go to Nicola's page. Now, Nicola is an avid Elvis fan. We love Nicola. Let's just see. No, it's not here. I'm going to have to go to the pictures. Right, so it looks like it may have been removed, but just so you know, guys, there was a post on Defending Elvis Presley by Peter Millman. Yeah, I'll read it to you. And then we've got the reply from Nicola. So it is a completely false statement to say Priscilla has been banned from Graceland in any way, shape or form. She'll be involved with Graceland for a long time to come. Don't pay attention to rumors from security guards. You need to pay attention to official statements from Graceland. It's still her golden goose for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, Riley is very close to her grandmother, and that means much more money for Priscilla. Elvis is the gift that keeps giving, even 47 years after his passing. Now, please comment on what I've just read to you. So that got my attention. So then we've got, there's been 38 comments on that post. So I'm going to read Nicola Cripper, who we know is a very well-known Elvis defender. She's a great girl. She met Elvis a few times. There's some good videos of Nicola Cripper on YouTube meeting Elvis. Great footage, great pictures. So let me read you Nicola's reply. So she is replying to Peter, and I will say to Peter Millman, I don't think he's completely correct in all his points here. Yeah, I really don't. I don't think he's fully aware that, yes, we know she got the $1 million. She's getting a yearly salary, is it 100 grand? Riley agreed to quite a few things, unfortunately, like to do with her being buried at the meditation garden, if possible. And a few other things. You guys are very passionate about that. Some of you are disappointed that Riley gave in the way she did, but I do believe that Riley's under so much pressure. I feel sorry for Riley. I really understand that she probably felt that she didn't have a choice. Yeah. Right. So Nicola says, Peter Millman, you are misinformed. Priscilla is banned from Graceland since the beginning of 2023. I will just say this. Now, Nicola, I have no actual proof that she is banned. Now, you do get the feeling she's not welcome because, the Riley and Oprah interview, she's clearly, it seems, not going to be part of that interview. Then we've got the release of the book, and the book itself, the cover of the book clearly has Priscilla cut out of it. Now, as far as I know, Priscilla has done nothing at Graceland's, nothing, since Riley and Q and Priscilla had the disagreements after poor Lisa Marie passed away. We miss Lisa. We love Lisa. Yeah. So it does definitely seem that Priscilla is not welcome at Graceland. It's definitely not. Many of you have told me about this comment that Joel Weishanker said that she's not banned. She's welcome if she buys a ticket. I haven't seen that proved yet, but it does seem like that could have happened. So I would like to see actual proof that Priscilla is banned. It's pretty obvious she is, I think, because where is she? She's off around the world doing her personal appearances. You've got the Comic-Con appearances, the Dallas appearances, signing autographs for $200. I'll see her own Instagram, which promotes all her different events that are going on. She clearly is just getting on with her life. To me, I think acting like she's 25 years old and definitely does not seem to be grieving, which worries me a lot because we fans want to see that Priscilla is genuinely grieving. I will repeat this, guys. I'm not a Priscilla hater. I'm not trying to stir hate for Priscilla. We're not a Priscilla hate channel. We are just Elvis defenders, Team Elvis, defending Elvis. Fans want the truth, and we are just trying to get to the truth so we can defend Elvis and Elvis's bloodline, which obviously includes Riley Q, Benjamin, Gladys and Vernon, and the twins, Finley and Harper. We want to be there, all of the Presleys, all, doesn't matter what the last name is, the bloodline. So it does seem that she's not welcome. It does seem, because her career now, all of it is based away from Graceland, isn't it? Yeah. Now, I'll just keep reading this comment. Joel fired her because of her crap movie. It is a crap movie. I've watched it 3 times. Did not like it. It made Elvis look bad. Should never have been made. We know that Lisa and Priscilla did not want that film. Let me reword that. It's obvious that Lisa Marie did not want Priscilla to be involved with that film, to not help make that film, to not be part of it, that she clearly thought it made her father look bad, portrayed him in a bad light. And also, she even has, I don't know proof of this, but she supposedly emailed Sofia Coppola to not make that film, because the film portrayed Elvis badly. And we know that the film, I'll try and make this a bit shorter this time because I waffled on a bit too long. We know that that film was based on this book. Now, you guys, I've said to you a million times, I think this book is just not correct. I think every single thing in this book may be not true. We can't prove that even one word of this book is true, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Is there anything in this book that we know is the truth? It was written 7 years after Elvis passed. He can't defend himself. He can't stand up and say that anything in this book is incorrect. He's probably turning in his grave on most of the things said in this book. Priscilla was allowed to rewrite history, and the public have fallen for it. The news companies, the tabloids, the magazines, the documentaries, the biographies, the films, the TV dramas, all have fallen for this book. And I just think, what a pack of lies, in my opinion. I also think, why are all these people falling for what's happening in this book? Why is every interview that's ever given to Priscilla that goes around the world, you know, big interviews, guys, based on this book, based on the stuff that was written and said in this book? This book isn't history. It's not fact. It was written 7 years after Elvis died by his divorcee that was unfaithful to him, that crucified him in the divorce courts. Yeah? Doesn't make sense. She even gave up the name Presley. Yeah? She's had many, 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 many boyfriends, very long-term boyfriends. It makes no sense that Sofia Coppola, who was a renowned filmmaker, yeah, from a dynasty, her father, yeah, has made a film based on things that may not be true. A maybe. This is a maybe book, yeah? Now, who makes a film based on a maybe book? Unfortunately, many have. But you'd think in 2024, you would think someone like Sofia Coppola, who's a very intelligent woman, would have made a film. If she wanted to do a Priscilla film, would not have done it based on a book that is a maybe. You would have thought that Sofia Coppola would have done a lot of research and really tried to find out just how much of this book is true. Yeah, maybe Sofia Coppola could have looked into this book just to see this alternate reality of events with Priscilla, just how much of this book is true, rather than just all she really did. Now, Sofia Coppola, I say this to you, all you really did was just copy this book almost word for word. And why does that surprise you that the film was a flop? The reason the film was a flop, I think, is because the public don't believe the half of this, and they've heard it all before a million times. You didn't give a new take on things. You didn't. The mistake I think Sofia Coppola made, you know, I'm completely against that film, should never have been made. It harmed Elvis's image and reputation. Definitely made Elvis look bad. Tried to glorify Priscilla, tried to put Priscilla on a pedestal, tried to make Priscilla look like a victim, like the film Priscilla also tried to make Priscilla look like Elvis was the one being unfaithful and doing all the wrongdoing, yeah? And poor Priscilla, that was the whole point of that Priscilla film. You can clearly see Priscilla's influence over that Priscilla film by Sofia Coppola, because it's exactly the same as the book Elvis and Me. And if you go back decades, going right back to the 80s, and if you listen to Priscilla's interviews and the way she's questioned by the interviewers, because the interviewers do a lot of damage as well. I've always thought this. It isn't just Priscilla doing the damage in the questioning when she's being interviewed in the 80s and the 90s and the noughties. It's the interviewer. The type of questions they're asking are damaging Elvis, are giving the public the wrong impression. So I blame the interviewers as much as I blame Priscilla with her negative rubbish that she comes out with. And if we can bring things up to date, Piers Morgan, his interview with Priscilla, which we all know was ridiculous and very soft, a very weak interview, made Elvis look bad. His questioning made Elvis look bad, made Priscilla look like the victim, also made Priscilla look like she is the only reason that we remember Elvis, that she is the only person saving his legacy, which is ridiculous. It also made Priscilla look like she saved Graceland. It was her idea to open Graceland as a living museum. That Piers Morgan interview was so wrong on so many levels. It was ridiculous. It was one of the worst interviews I've ever seen, and so far from the truth. We know as Elvis fans, as defenders of Elvis, Team Elvis, we know that almost everything in that Piers Morgan interview is not correct. And that's why I'm so disappointed. But anyway, getting back to the film again. The point is, and the book, that for the last 50 years, whatever it is, I'm not sure how many years, 40, 50, whatever, we have all been misled. We've all been spoon-fed incorrect things. And Priscilla, in my opinion, has got away with it. Because she's got away with murder, literally. Well, not literally, but with the book. And if you speak to any non-Elvis fan, they will repeat to you all the lies that have been spread around the world for the last 40 odd years. And Elvis doesn't deserve it. Elvis needs to be defended. It's hard to defend Elvis when there's so much brainwashing and lies being spread around the world. This is why we are defending Elvis Presley. This is why you guys are here, Team Elvis, because we're sick of it and Elvis can't defend himself. He needs us. We feel that Elvis needs us to stand up for him. He can't defend himself. I keep repeating that. So anyway, so back to the topic. Let's have a look. So let me just carry on reading Nicola's response to that gentleman. So, right. Joel fired her because of a crap movie. Priscilla paid Sofia Coppola to do presenting her as a victim when the real victim was Elvis. Totally agree with that. Elvis was the victim of Priscilla. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly believe that. Now, I won't whitewash Elvis. I know Elvis also did wrong things. In my opinion, it's obvious Elvis was also unfaithful, in my opinion. Some of you disagree with that. But you do have to know all the facts. You have to know all the facts. Yeah? It's not fair to paint Elvis as the bad guy. The same goes for the medication. You know, we can all call him a drug addict. But until you know how all the facts and how chronically unwell he was, it's a different story then, isn't it? Presenting her as a victim when the real victim was Elvis. Lisa was against it, so was Joel. So it's pretty clear that Joel Weishanker was against the making of that film, which I think is why they've fallen out. Lisa Marie clearly was up in arms and in a feud with Priscilla. She did not want that film made. Her last act, I think, on defending her father, Elvis, was to try and stop that film being made. She defended Elvis to the last. We have to love that, don't we? And if you go back through all the old interviews with Lisa, she's always trying to protect her dad, always trying to protect Daddy, and so proud of him and really, really felt close to him. And I think this is going to come out in this new book. I think this book, we're going to really sense the love that Lisa and the closeness that she had for her father, Elvis. We know about these tapes, which must have been very difficult for Lisa, for Riley Keough. Riley Keough going through these hundreds of tapes to write this book on behalf of her mother. It must have been very difficult. And we discussed this with Amy Collett. She mentioned that it must have been excruciating for Riley to listen to those tapes and then have to create a book from it. It must have been very, very difficult, very difficult. So my heart really does go out to Riley and the twins. It really does. Yeah. Even creating this book must have been so, so difficult. Don't we agree, guys? So yes, Joel Weishanker was obviously against the Priscilla film. And then she puts on here, oh yes, so that they were denied the use of his book. Yeah. No, sorry, they were denied the use of his music, which is very clear that Joel Weishanger did not want Elvis music used in the Priscilla film because he didn't want it to be made. He felt, I think Joel Weishanger felt that Priscilla was betraying Elvis Presley Enterprises, that she just should have had no involvement in it. Now, here we go again, guys. You've got Priscilla Presley with her ego, with her craving for the spotlight, for attention. Oh, finally, they're making a film about me, my life, poor me. Oh, look what I went through. I suffered. I was in a prison. My life was so difficult. Look at what happened to me. Guys, it's all rubbish. It's all rubbish. The truth is very different than what I've just said to you. So I really do feel that Priscilla made a very serious mistake allowing this film to be made and has really turned hundreds of thousands of fans against herself. I think when Priscilla allowed this film to be made, she shot herself in the foot, big time. She made some very loyal fans, Priscilla fans, turn against her. Many of the people that comment and message me say to me, I was a Priscilla fan until this film came out, because that film was cruel to Elvis. It did a lot of injustice to Elvis. So she lost a lot of fans when that film came out, Sofia Coppola's film. Also, when she tried to go up against Riley Keough with becoming the trustee after Lisa Marie died, she lost a lot of fans. Die-hard Priscilla fans turned against Priscilla because they felt, why are you going against your daughter's wishes? Why are you money grabbing just after your daughter's passed away? This public attempt that could have become a lawsuit. Now, what they agreed had to be agreed by a judge, didn't they? What Riley and Lisa agreed was agreed by a judge. You can find the court documents to show it. Yeah, we've read them out on here. So my point is, Priscilla has really been shooting herself in the foot regularly over the last couple of years and turned, I would say, as many as millions of fans against her. So she really is not popular at the moment unless you are a die-hard Priscilla fan. And then I would say this, the die-hard Priscilla fans are pretty brainwashed and have been misled and believe all the spoon-fed lies that we've been told for the last 40-odd years and have completely fallen for the rubbish in this book. Yeah? So Priscilla fans, no offense to you, because I respect all people, you need to do some research. You need to understand that you have been misled, maybe even brainwashed, and you need to dig to find the truth. There's many channels now that are exposing the truth about Priscilla Presley. I'm not a Priscilla Presley hate channel. I don't hate her. I want to get to the truth. We are here to defend Elvis Presley. We want the truth. This is how we get to the truth, by discussing it and disputing the wrongdoing from Priscilla Presley. So Priscilla Presley, if you're ever watching my live streams, I do not hate you. I do not hate you, but you have made a lot of serious mistakes and recently made some massive mistakes. And in my opinion, at 80 years old, you should be going around the world trying to make lots of money and act like a 25-year-old. You should be grieving for your daughter, your grandchild. You should be there for your grandkids. That's where you should be. It shouldn't be all about looking sexy and young and making money and forwarding your career. You're 80 years old. Come on. You must know that the fans want to see you grieving, want to see that you're calming down, slowing down. They don't want to see you pushing your career, trying to grab money. They don't want to see it. They're sick of it. The Priscilla film was a massive flop. You must understand there was a reason that film flopped. Yeah, the fans have had enough. So it's not too late for you to change, to turn a corner and apologize to the fans, apologize to Elvis, apologize to Riley, apologize to your grandkids. It's not too late. Right. Lisa was against it, and so was Joel Weishanger, who denied the use of Elvis music, now owned by ABG. And then when Prissy Pants sued Riley, I don't like to call her Prissy Pants, when Nicola, Priscilla, Nicola, are you watching? A few days after Lisa Marie's death, as Lisa cut her out of the trust and did not mention her in the will, which speaks volumes, yeah, to cut your mother out of the trust. Bearing in mind, Priscilla has run that trust for 40 years, is it? And did not mention her in the will. What a wicked lady she is, and a gold digger. Joel Weishanker has removed all of Priscilla's things from Elvis's museum in front of the mansion, like the wedding dress. Joel Weishanker, to a question, if Priscilla was banned from Graceland, he replied, Priscilla can visit the mansion if she buys a ticket. Is that true? I want proof of that. So a great comment from Nicola. Nicola, thank you for allowing me to read this comment. So I've said quite a lot now. I want to read some of your comments. If Amy was here, it would have been great because she is a brilliant Elvis defender and she has a closeness to Lisa Marie that is far deeper than I have. Right, let's have a look. Let's just read some of the comments. So, thanks for joining us, guys. There's 27 of you watching. You're very welcome. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And if you want to be a member, it's $1 a month. So, guys, the more members, the better. And if you want to buy me a coffee, hit the PayPal coffee button on my YouTube channel. I love coffee. Coffee is a lovely thank you for me. Right, let's have a look. I want to make sure I read all your comments. Okay. Now, I think it's going to take a while to go through these comments. Now, I'm going to go through these comments. We're going to bring it up to an hour, so we've still got a bit of time left. It's nice to have you here on a Sunday in the Southwest UK. If you're new to this channel, my name's Louis. I've been a fan for over 50 years, and I'm near Bristol in the UK, and I feel a debt to Elvis that needs to be repaid. I feel that he saved my life when I was a small child. It's a long story, but I owe Elvis, and I feel when I say I owe Elvis, I don't just owe Elvis, I owe his bloodline. He helped me, I'm going to help him back, and I'm going to help anything Elvis with the bloodline. So that includes beautiful Lisa Marie, who I adore and grew up with, and also Riley, Finley, and Harper, and Benjamin, and Gladys, and Vern, all of them. We're here together as Team Elvis to defend them because Elvis can't defend himself. So let me just go back to these comments. So I think you get the gist of that post that was on Defending Elvis Presley on our Facebook channel, Defending Elvis Presley. Right, let's, yeah, so we don't have any proof that she's banned. I accept that. So I'd like to find some. I've been looking for proof. I'm still digging, but no proof so far. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're well. One of our new members. I don't think Priscilla is banned. She has got her money now. Lump sum and monthly advisor fee. So Priscilla has some sort of guarantee of income. So she's leaving Riley to it. Yeah. Right. Don't forget, I'm home with the kids, so they might call me. I can hear one talk. So, yes. Okay, that's a great comment, Helen. Let's have a look. So, Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Another member. Hi, Rebecca. We love you. It's the most depressing drivel filmed through a foggy lens. Yeah. Great way of putting it, a foggy lens. Emily, this is not about Priscilla. It never has been. It's all about Elvis, Lisa, and now the Presley bloodline dynasty. Two rights. We defend the dynasty. I'm not defending the businessmen. Now, no offense to Joe Weishanker. I know he loved Lisa. I know he loves Elvis. I know he wants to do the right thing for the legacy. I'm not going to run down Joe Weishanker or Jack Sodden. Yeah, I respect them both, but they're not family. We are going to defend Elvis and his bloodline, not businessmen. No offense, Joe Weishanker. You're a nice guy, but you bought into it. Very different. Right, and I mean that with respect. I still haven't seen it. I'm not sure I want to either. This is not about right. So Bondi, I watched it out of being nosy. Now the sets are very impressive. You know, the Graceland set. I think they built it in Australia, and you got the set of when they meet in the cafe where Priscilla says, and we know it's probably not true, that Cary Grant approached her in the cafe and asked her if she wanted to meet Elvis. We know that it's unlikely that happened, and that the version in this book is probably more nearer the truth. Yeah, an alternate version of how Priscilla and Cary Grant met and all the other goings on. It's just, so I say this: it's worth watching for the sets. Yeah, it is. Actually, Priscilla looks gorgeous. She's beautiful. She plays it. No, I wouldn't say she plays it well, because all she does is make facial expressions and smiles, but she seems like a nice person. Now, Jacob Elordi, the guy who plays Elvis, come on, guys. He's terrible. He is so bad. So bad. Now, he's a nice guy. I've watched loads of his interviews. He's a genuine, decent guy, but I tell you what, that was a flop. That was a flunk. One of the worst Elvis ways of portraying Elvis I've ever known. The film is boring and flat, and just the whole thing is laughable. The script is a joke. All of it, halfway through, you just want to walk out. It's that bad. But I watched it because I was nosy. I'm a nosy Elvis fan. Yeah. So yes, Lou, there are a lot of truths in the book. You mean, I think, Bex, you mean this book, because I don't believe any of this book, none of it. I think all of it. I could, if I broke it down word for word, I think I could give a different version of things. We are reading this book, by the way. I haven't done it just lately, but we're going to do chapter 15. I might do it later. And we are also reading this book. I think we're up to chapter 9, I think. I'm not in a rush. I know that Rare Elvis Photos has been reading this as well. So I'm going to let him, even though we did start a few weeks ago, I'll let Rare Elvis Photos carry on doing it a bit. And then I'll step in and carry on reading this book one chapter at a time. We are reviewing it, yeah? So no rush. We're all here. We've got plenty of time to do it. No offense, nothing against Rare Elvis Photos. I love his channel, yeah? You know me. I like to promote other channels. I love Tenderly Loving Elvis, Shauna. I love Presley Mania with Rhonda. I also love Amy Collett. I think Amy Collett has got a massive future. She's our best researcher on behalf of defending Elvis Presley. So I have a lot of love for Amy as well. Right, let me just keep going. So she met Elvis and married him and had his daughter. Right. For context here, right, Rebecca, Lisa has lost Ben. She is rallying for Austin Butler. She don't get a breath, and she is emailing Sophia Coppola. Yes, that's context. Yep. Elvis and Me has had 40 years of alternative facts to bed in and become true, and nobody has ever contradicted it. Have they? Yes, Helen. Yes. Great comment. Helen, this is why we're Elvis defenders. This is why we're defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth, because this, I know that you guys are bored of it. I keep saying it over and over again. We're fed up with this book being treated as a historical book, as an actual event that did happen. Everything in this book is truth. We're sick of it, because I think almost nothing in this book is true, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. It's almost like I'm going to sound a bit rude now. It's almost like the press around the world, you know, the news channels, the tabloids, the magazines, the documentaries, the biographies, the movie makers are thick, are dumb, because they have followed a pack of lies. Even recently with the film, the Sophia Coppola's film, they just copied it. I would even say this, no offense to Baz Luhrmann's film, because I know that he did a lot of good for Elvis and reboosted his image and brought in new fans, the Baz Luhrmann Elvis film. But even that film, a lot of it is just crap. I don't mean, please don't be upset that I've said that. I like Baz Luhrmann. I like the Elvis film. But a lot of the storyline is sort of this. Because don't forget, Baz Luhrmann had to keep Priscilla on side in the making of that film. I know that Baz Luhrmann really wanted to please Priscilla. So just because of that, I'm not fully happy with Baz Luhrmann's film. I think there should be another film made that is much more based on the truth, that shows Elvis the man, the true man from his heart, all the good that he did. And unfortunately, we haven't had that yet, have we, guys? We have our fingers crossed, and one day someone will make a film that tells the truth, shows the real Elvis, the man inside, the heart, the soul, his spirit. Until we get that, guys, we're not happy. We're not happy. But the Baz Luhrmann film did a lot of good. I will say that. So yes, Helen, I keep repeating this last point. Why are all the interviewers, famous people, decent interviewers, respected interviewers, why do they just keep repeating the same old garbage that most of it isn't even true? Why? Why can't they think for themselves and go, do you know what? Maybe the things in this book are not true. Why can't they talk about Priscilla's unfaithfulness, Elvis's serious chronic medical conditions, what Elvis truly went through? Why can't they do that? It's all leaning to Priscilla. They always seem to be kissing Priscilla's ass, praising Priscilla. Priscilla the victim, poor Priscilla. Why? Guys, if you're watching, do a decent interview that actually asks Priscilla the correct questions about her wrongdoing, her unfaithfulness, the way she treated him in the divorce settlement, her cruel behavior of Elvis in general, and also the way she's treated Lisa Marie, the way she's treated Riley Q, how distant she is from the twins, why she hasn't grieved properly for poor Lisa Marie. You get me, guys? Come on, let's get to the truth. Elvis fans want the truth. Elvis fans need the truth. And again, I am not a hate channel for Priscilla. We want Priscilla to come and apologize and undo the wrongdoing that she has done to poor Elvis, poor Lisa Marie, and still with Riley and the twins. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. So great comment, Helen. Emily, I'm with you on this, Louis. Thank you, Emily. Jean, the worst part of it is her daughter died. Yes. Horrific. And even that, you guys have big questions about that, don't you? Big questions about DNR, do not resuscitate, all that. We're worried, aren't we? We're worried. That's a whole video in itself, guys. Let's have a look. Did Lisa ever condemn her mother for writing the book? Anyone know? Right. I was listening to Amy Collett, and she says that, because I like to, if Amy has said something, I want to put it out there that it's come from her, not from me. She said that Lisa Marie Presley never publicly insulted or put her mother down, ever. Not even once. Doesn't that say a lot about how loyal Lisa was, even though she was very unhappy with her mother's behavior? And obviously, you know, she joked about parenting stuff. You know, she was a naughty, rebellious teenager. But you know what I mean, guys. When all the Barry Siegel stuff came out, when Lisa Marie found out all these gory details, lawsuits, money squandering, unfaithfulness from her mother, wrongdoing from her mother, Lisa Marie never publicly came out with it. She was very loyal. So, and that came from Amy. Yes, Louis, they do lead the questions, but I believe that she knows what they are going to ask. Linda, yes, definitely. Hi, Amanda. Yes, they're given the questions. We know that. It's obvious. But come on, they're not stupid. Who'd have thought Piers Morgan would give such a stupid interview? Piers Morgan, if you ever watch our show, why was your interview so soft? What happened to you? It's like you were in a trance, in a Priscilla trance. You know, I'm not worthy. Priscilla, you're amazing. Why did you do that? You can be an amazing interviewer on a good day, Piers Morgan. What happened? Please do a part 2 and get it right this time. I'm just Louis at home in my lounge. I'm asking you as a fan, as part of Team Elvis, please do a part 2 interview and ask the right questions that the fans want. Fans want the truth. They don't want you kissing her ass, telling her that they compare her to royalty and the Kennedys. Come on, it's ridiculous. Telling her that she is the reason that Elvis's legacy has been kept alive. It's such bullshit. The fans are the reason Elvis's legacy has been kept alive. Elvis's beautiful talent and looks and personality is the reason his legacy is still around today. It isn't because of Graceland, the building. Elvis would still be super famous whether there was a building there or not, even though we love Gracelands because it was Elvis's home that he bought for his mother. So we do love Gracelands, even though it's been rented out to Elvis Presley Enterprises, which bugs me, which really annoys me. It should never have been leased to Elvis Presley Enterprises. That is a joke that the Graceland building has been rented to Elvis Presley Enterprises. It drives me potty. Yes, we know Riley owns it, the building, the freehold, yeah, but she doesn't own the business. She has a 15% stake in it. It's not good enough. The Presley bloodline should own everything. Elvis Presley Enterprises and the building and the grounds and the artifacts and the museum. Come on, guys. How did it happen? And we have to say that Priscilla Presley must be held accountable for the fact that that building, the lease of Graceland was sold and Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold. Come on, it's one of the biggest mistakes in history, including the selling of Elvis Presley's copyrights for his pre-1973 recordings. Come on, why did that happen? Many blame the divorce settlement. The second divorce settlement caused Elvis to sell his recording rights pre-1973. It doesn't make sense that Elvis sold his pre-1973 recording rights. It doesn't add up. It must have been because he was desperate and needed the money to pay off Priscilla. It must have been that. She was demanding with lawyers money, a massive amount of money and a percentage of his copyrights and a very large amount of spousal payments. Elvis didn't have the money. He was desperate. He thought he was going to lose Gracelands. So in the end, he allowed the lien to be placed on Gracelands. The deed of trust created to do that. So come on, guys. All you news interviewers, you need to take your blinkers off and start doing some proper documentaries about Priscilla and Elvis and now Lisa and Riley. Proper ones that tell the public the truth so the public stop calling him names. So they stop calling him a pedo and a drug addict and a fatty and all the other crap that they call him. We want, take the blinkers off, do a proper documentary that tells the truth. So finally, the fans can breathe a sigh of relief and go, Elvis was a good guy. Elvis was a decent human being. Elvis had a beautiful heart. Elvis wanted to help everyone. Elvis always put himself last. Wanted to help the world, was so good to so many people. This is what we want. We want people to, we want the Elvis, even the non-Elvis fans to understand what a beautiful man he was, but also what a tough life he had. Elvis was under a lot of pressure. He was under serious pressure, and Priscilla came along, and I'll tell you now, the damage Priscilla done is beyond belief. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes, the damage Priscilla done is beyond belief. The fans are in outrage. Lisa Marie was in outrage. But I think Riley is keeping it to herself, trying to stay dignified on behalf of herself and Finley and Harper. That's just my opinion, guys. Right. Yes, Louis, they do lead the questions, but I believe she knows, yes, that she knows what they are going to ask. Definitely. Right. I'm going to rush through this because I don't want to go much past an hour because I've got things to do. If only Elvis had some diaries with his true story in his own handwriting. Yes, that would be amazing. Bondi, brilliant comment. I would love that. Sorry if I'm missing any of your comments, guys, but I have to rush. I found an interview with Riley. This is Michelle Arundel. I found an interview with Riley in Vanity Fair on the 8th of the 8th, 23, stating no locks have been changed at Graceland since Lisa Marie died. Priscilla is not barred from Graceland in any way. Nothing since. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, I like Vanity Fair, their write-ups, but is there any documents to prove that? Is there any interview coming out of someone's mouth? Because I do like more. I want more than that, than just a write-up. But I do appreciate you saying that to me, Michelle. We need the proof, guys. Elvis never had what he was. She hid her affairs. She knew exactly how he was, and she chose to marry him and have his child. Then she didn't want it anymore, and that says it all and calculated. It was very calculated. I'm going to put it. Do you know what, Colleen? I'm going to be much more blunt, yeah? And I'm going to try and say it without sounding evil and horrible. I'm not going to call Priscilla names. I think she just fancied other men and liked fame and money. I repeat, I think she just fancied other men and liked fame and money. I put it down to that. I really do. Yes, Linda, you're right. It was tough for Riley. Riley has gone through, and the twins, mind, they've lost their mother. This is what Amy was saying. They've lost their mother. It must be terrible for the twins and for Riley. Losing their mother. Come on, their mother. Amanda, two wrongs don't make a right. I find EP gave Scylla everything on a plate. Scylla was take. Scylla had enough money. I agree. Amanda, yes. Completely right. We all feel that way, don't we? Team Elvis, Elvis fans. That's how we feel. All right. Yes, Colleen, Priscilla's marrying Elvis and having Lisa Marie was the best insurance policy she could have. I agree, Louis. Priscilla loves a pity party and has been part of that energy since 1977. Definitely, Helen. And, I'm not going to whitewash Elvis. The circumstances, once she moved to Graceland, when she was 17, basically, Elvis did act like a single man. He did. I won't whitewash it. Elvis, from 1962, 3, 4, 5, acted like a single man. True, that must have been tough for Priscilla. Let's be honest. Let's say it how it was. But once Elvis committed to the engagement in December 1966, I think it was. Tell me if I'm wrong. And then she very quickly became pregnant, and they got married. Yeah, some people think she may have been pregnant, and that's why they got married. I think the timeline doesn't fit that. But the truth is, they got married, had a kid. Within 10 weeks, Priscilla was unfaithful. The marriage was over. After that, the whole thing was a farce. It was fake news after that. After she was unfaithful with the dance instructor, Steve Peck, everything was a joke. I really believe that. And then to top things off, the Mike Stone affair with the karate instructor just made it all 10 times worse. And very humiliating for Elvis. Right, I'm trying to rush through, guys. Let's have a look. It always goes back to how wonderful their relationship was when everything else backfired. Oh, God. Look, I think I played this earlier, but let's see if I can find it again. The whole love of my life thing. Let's have a look. Where is it? Right, here we go. Let's turn it up a bit. Now, come on, guys. This is recent, isn't it? Yeah?
Hi, Hope. This is Priscilla Presley. You know, this the love of my life. I mean, I can't say enough about him. He was very, very special. And Graceland is very, very special. You know, you probably heard the stories about Graceland. It was the first home that he bought when he had a realtor show him with his mom and dad, and he fell in love with it as well as his mom and dad. It was kind of a gift to his mother. You know, they were very, very poor, and this was his way of, you know, giving her something that she always wanted, a beautiful home. So I'm glad that, you know, you were there and you got to see it. It's a very, very special place. Had a lot of fun.
Sorry, guys. Elvis was the love of my life. How can she... Guys, I'm trying to say this without being hateful. How can someone say that over and over again? And we know what we know. We're not stupid. I honestly think Priscilla thinks that we're stupid. She thinks the fans are stupid. The interviewers are stupid. Yeah, the movie makers are stupid. The biography makers are stupid. The book writers are stupid. She said, we're not stupid. We know what happened, Priscilla. We know what went on. Look, I accept that Elvis made mistakes. But come on, Priscilla, what is this love of my life stuff? You had been divorced. You divorced. You gave up the name, Presley. You moved on with your life. You had another child. You had many boyfriends, one of them for over 20 years. Why are you saying he's the love of your life as if you were never divorced? Why do you act like the grieving widow when you were never his widow? Come on. Please don't insult our intelligence. Please, because you make us think that you think we are dumb and we're not. Elvis fans are very clever. So, and I don't hate you, Priscilla. Don't hate you. I just think you need help. Really, honestly, I think you need help. Really mean that. Right. I would never understand any of the reasons that you allow Elvis' legacy to be damaged with a smile and then call him the love of your life. Yeah. Ugh. Why is Priscilla flying around the world spreading her disrespectful stories? And Priscilla thinks that she's a star. She definitely loves attention. We know that. But she doesn't have to spread the stories because the interviewer does it. She just sits there looking pretty. Well, obviously not pretty now, but they ask the crazy, horrible questions. Yeah. And she just goes, yeah, yes, he was the love of my life. He was so talented. Oh, he bought his mother a home, you know, because they were so poor. Yeah, I actually think Elvis quite enjoyed being poor. But my point is, the repeatedly saying he was the love of my life just sounds stupid. Does anyone know if he ever had any other legitimate children? I've seen a few. Oh, what? I don't even want to talk about that, Bondi. Sorry. It's not one of my favorite topics. There's so many ridiculous people out there saying that they're his kids. So I don't want to give that time. I mean that respectfully, mind. Helen, she loves attention, but she would not be without Elvis. Let's have a look. Elvis will always be beautiful. Of course, Teresa. Yes, Linda, but Priscilla doesn't seem to think so. Right. See, look, now Bondi, please remember, we're here to defend Elvis. I just want to say to you that I'm very careful the topics I cover because I don't want to make Elvis look bad. Now, you mentioned that he had a lot of girlfriends, yeah? Which obviously Elvis had quite a few girlfriends. But you'd be surprised. Many of the girlfriends Elvis didn't want to sleep with. He just wanted their company. Yeah. Now, Priscilla, if you look at her life, she's had well over 20 boyfriends. Well documented as well. Yeah. Now, would you ask the same question of her? Would you say, has Priscilla had loads of kids? Yeah. But if it's Elvis, it's different. Why is it assumed that Elvis is bonking like a rabbit? Yeah. And creating lots of children anywhere. I heard from some Memphis Mafia interviews, Elvis was very careful who he slept with. Elvis didn't want to have children dotted about. But the main thing I hear is that he just liked women for company. He would like to read with them and get to know them, become friends with them. That sex was a very minor part. And Elvis tended to like to befriend the girls that he was seeing, get to know them. Yeah. So they weren't just like one night stand type people. They were good friends. There's plenty of women out there that say that he did not have sex with them, including Priscilla, by the way. Even though I completely don't believe this stupid thing where people say that Elvis wouldn't sleep with someone because they'd had a child. I think that's ridiculous. That we have already proved that that is complete garbage. So Bondi, I say this to you respectfully. We are careful how we talk about Elvis because we're here to defend him. Yeah. Right. I feel bad for Riley because she knows Priscilla didn't have the privilege to know Elvis. I think Riley would have loved him and Lisa Marie. Yes. Anyone that met Elvis loved him. Anyone. I could play you 100 videos of people that met Elvis that said how great he was, how lovely he was, how kind and caring and charismatic and charming and gracious he was. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Come on. Says it all. Morning all. Let's have a look. I'm trying to catch up with the comments, guys. So Helen says the love of her life and put a lien and charge on Gracelands on the 29th of April, 1977. Thank you, Helen. Thank you. Let's have a look. Okay. Elvis had everything beautiful about him. So sweet and kind. Thank you, Teresa. Linda, Curtis. I agree with the nice things Priscilla says about Elvis, but I don't believe she means them. Yeah, it's like a parrot. It's like a trained parrot. She'll sit there. Oh, this happened and that happened, and Elvis did this, Elvis did that. All lovely things. 90% of Priscilla's interviews are saying good things about Elvis, especially now that she's got older. Now, not in the 80s and 90s, she was very different. When she was with Marco Garcia, she was not actually very kind about Elvis. But I agree now. She's repeating the same stuff like a trained parrot. He did this, he did that. Elvis did this. He was the love of my life. He bought his parents a home. He was from Tupelo and had a humble upbringing. He went from rags to riches. He was such a gifted singer. Yeah, come on. It's a parrot. Blah blah blah. It could be a robot, couldn't it? Come on, guys. We're not falling for it. How about say all the wrongdoing you did and then apologize? We'll fall for that. Elvis had, let's have a look. Yeah. Now remember, I'm not hating on Priscilla, guys. We're going to do it respectfully. We are going to defend Elvis in a way that YouTube don't shut us down. This is why I keep saying I will not say, I won't be horrible and call her names. We're going to do it right. Emily, I wish the Priscilla fans would listen and they open their eyes. Do you know what? Who was that said that? Linda. I think some of them are, because I am getting messages from Priscilla fans that say, do you know what? You've changed my mind. I now see things differently. I now understand. There's many people here now. I think Deborah's one that used to be a Priscilla fan and have changed their mind. Are there any more of you here now that have changed your mind about Priscilla and are starting to realize that Elvis has been mistreated, that we as fans have been misled? Are there many of you guys? Because I think there are. I'm one of them. I used to think differently about Priscilla. I've only been a defending Elvis Presley person for 4 months. Before that, I fell for the brainwashing and the lies and the spoon-fed lies. I fell for it, guys. I fell for this book. I was brainwashed like the rest of you guys, with respect. I've opened my eyes. Boom, I see the lights. Right. We're all human, guys. Let's have a look. Thank you, Bondi. You know I respect you. Nothing against you. But I do have a way that I'm trying to run this channel. And if there's questions that I think, that isn't going to make Elvis look good, I'd rather avoid them. But I say it with respect. No, don't, Bondi. Don't worry. I've done it. Many of the people on here have done it. Bit by bit, we get to know each other, and then we go, right, okay. Right. So definitely no hard feelings. I'm still learning, Bondi. I try to read a lot of books, listen to Elvis music and films too. Yeah, we're all learning. Every day we learn something new. Even Amy Collett says that to me. Every day we learn something new. I'm still learning, Bondi. I try to read a lot of books, listen to Elvis music. All right, just read that. It's all right. Yeah, we don't know everything. Come on, I'm no expert. I always say this on my shows. I don't know. I'm no expert. I'm Louis in his lounge, sometimes with a stupid vest on, and I get a lot of my facts wrong, my dates wrong. I mix up things. I mix up my words. I am no researcher. I don't read books. Yeah, so I'm just a fan with you guys, Team Elvis. I would like some good pointers from you all then, please. Where do I look? Bondi, join our Facebook, Defending Elvis Presley. Join our Facebook. You can join the chat, and we do loads of research there, post pictures and videos and loads more stuff. Please join it. It's called Defending Elvis Presley. You are very welcome. And then join the chat. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we chat together. After I come off now, off the live stream, we're going to carry on chatting, guys. Right, we're catching up. My God, it's been over an hour. What's going on? If Marco had more money and success than Elvis, then Marco would have been the love of her life. Very good. Helen, you're on it today. You are coming up with some great comments, Helen. I'm going to give you a gold star today. Can I give you a medal? I've got no medal to give you. Here we are. This is for Helen. Helen, this is your medal. Can you reach it from there? Here we go. Just grab the handle. Let's have a look. I didn't have anything against her, but I could never say I was a Priscilla fan. Yeah, I wasn't a Priscilla fan. I'll tell you what it was. I love Elvis. I'd fallen for this fairy tale that they had this perfect, beautiful relationship. Then she moved to Graceland. They got married. They had Lisa Marie. And oh no, it all went wrong because Elvis was a drug addict and was unfaithful. That was what I fell for. That Priscilla had done nothing wrong. They had a lovely marriage that Elvis ruined because he took drugs and was unfaithful. It is not true. That is what I fell for. And I think millions and millions around the world fell for it as well. And still do. And still have. Yeah. And I think Priscilla, that's what she banks on. That the people don't do their research. They don't bother to look under the carpet. Yeah. So Priscilla, once she goes on all these different interviews around the world, yeah, all these different news companies like Sky News, ABC News, Australian News. Yeah. She's like, haha, no one bothers to do any research. They believe everything I say. So every word that she says is treated as truth when it's not. She can't believe it. She cannot believe that everyone believes everything she says. She's like, yes. But things are changing. There's a lot more Defending Elvis channels coming out now. People are starting to realize that Priscilla has done a lot of wrongdoing, especially when she disputed Lisa Marie's wishes after she died. When she doesn't seem to be grieving, does she? This upsets the fans. The Priscilla film from Sofia Coppola, this upset a lot of people. So people are starting to see a different side to Priscilla now. Yeah. People are starting to discover about the divorce settlements, the damage that did to Elvis. Yeah. So people are waking up. Yeah. Even now, how Priscilla parades herself around the globe, trying to make money and pursue her career. People don't like it because they think, you're 80 years old. You should be with your grandkids. Yeah. What are you doing running around trying to make money, charging $200 an autograph? Get it? People are starting to wake up. So again, I'm not a hate channel. This is truth. We are searching for truth. Right. We are Team Elvis, taking care of business. That's what we are. Together we are strong. Let's just have a look. Bondi, no worries. You know, let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to help Bondi. We're going to help you. You're part of Team Elvis. We're going to help you. We're going to help each other do research. You guys help me every day. Almost everything I know is because of you guys posting messages to me, posting information to me, and I thank you for that. I was an Elvis fan for many years, quit for years because Priscilla's book. Now I know the true story. Thank you, Vibex. And Vibex is an ardent researcher. Vibex sends me amazing information. Thank you, Vibex. You know, I really appreciate it. Let's have a look. Yes, join the live chat, Defending Elvis Presley. Excellent. You're very welcome to. I like that. Linda, great comment. If anyone, this Linda Curtis, this one. If anyone calls me to not like Priscilla, she did it herself. Well said. Well said, Linda. So we have Linda Cudden, Vibex. That book did so much damage to him. It sure did. But we are reading it. Remember, chapter 14. I might read it later on, yeah? I know that you like me reading to you guys, even though I can't read. Jackanory, tell a story. Yeah. I enjoy reading to you guys. I do. Let's have a clip. Let's have a look. Helen, when I read Elvis and Me, there was something about the book that did not rest easy with me, a gut feeling that it was not right. And Helen, I understand that. I wish we were all like that. I read that book way back in the 80s, yeah? Like, I can't remember what it was, 89 or something, yeah? I believed every word of it. I believed every word of it. None of it is true. It's all crap. It's bullshit. I could pick any page. Yeah? All that night, the guys played pool, watched TV, and hung around the kitchen. I do believe that. Actually, no, I need a bit that's going to say something about her and Elvis. Let's just try and find anything that mentions her and Elvis. Right, let's have a look. Let's try and find a more intimate detail. It's quite, I will say this, guys, it's quite an easy book to read. I was so apprehensive that I was unable to open the door. This was the moment I had longed for and feared. I sat down on the chair and remembered that when I'd been 14, Elvis had said that I was too young, and now that I was 16, I tried to imagine just what this new Elvis, whom I hardly knew at all, might be expecting of me. Now, there we are, first lie. We know, because we've done our timeline, she was 17 when she went to Graceland. 17. She says she's 16. You get it? Lies, lies, lies. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes. I have to say that to keep YouTube happy. Let's have a look. Let me just... oh, yeah, that's the other thing is all these conversations that she remembers in the book. Ow. How can you remember a conversation you had how many years ago? 50 odd? Yeah. More like 60, isn't it? Let's have a look. Okay, we're coming to the end now, guys. Helen, but it wasn't until I went back a few years later that I realised. That's Rebecca Smith. Thank you, Rebecca. Let's have a look. Priscilla should be supporting her grandchildren. She is so blessed to have them. Yes, Helen. Priscilla's story changes every day. She forgets which story she is telling and which are lies. Yes, she's told so many lies, in our opinion, going over the decades, that she has forgotten many of them, so she keeps making mistakes and she looks silly. she gets things wrong, doesn't she? Right. Priscilla's story, let's have a look. Yes. Again, Helen, her action speaks volumes of her true intentions, the stuff that she's done. Yeah. To Riley, how she tried to dispute Lisa Marie's wishes after she passed it. Even if we go further back, the Barry Siegel stuff, where there was extreme wrongdoing with Lisa Marie's fortune. Yeah. Tens of millions squandered. Elvis Presley Enterprises being sold off. Come on, these are big things. Bex, it didn't have a calendar. I wouldn't know what day it is. That's all right. I was halfway through Child Bride, but I started getting angry because it made Elvis look bad. We do have strong views about the book Child Bride. Some of it we agree with. A lot of it is disrespectful to Elvis. So be careful when you read that book, guys. Thanks, Rebecca. I'm going to go now as well. There's a couple more comments. Priscilla made us believe the fairy tale, but the truth has finally come out to light. I'm so glad I started learning from Louis over 2 years with short videos. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Right. Okay. I'm going to have to go. Now, please, guys, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. If you want to become a member, it does mean a lot to me. I'm trying to grow the member base. It's only $1 a month. And if you want to say thank you, just click the coffee button. There's a link on my YouTube channel. You can send me a coffee. I'll go down Costa Coffee and get myself a nice coffee. And it's your way of thanking me. I really appreciate it. Guys, you're the best. And when I come back later, we are going to read chapter 14 of this. And tomorrow, we're going to read this, chapter 9, I think. So I've had a great time. We've done 2 good lives today. Love to all of you. Take care. Thank you, every single one of you. You all mean so much to me. I really appreciate all of you. I hope I haven't said anything to upset anyone. I love all of you. Take care. All the best. Love you all.